Alright, so let's try to get a win on the board today. We're taking on Gahable. We're going to do another rematch here, and hopefully we can actually get this one. I think we should be able to, since there's no near save here. There's a couple of traps and structures to block off the front line, but it's not enough to really stop Tana here. Tana will be able to warp in and cause havoc. I just got to figure out the correct organization or order of operations for how I'm gonna orchestrate this orchestra here of actions. We're gonna figure out who moves first, who breaks which structure, who ends up in what position, and from there we should be able to get the pots, see who's left for the last unit, and then get out of this match. I'm noticing that with this era or generation of Galeforce, it's much less about killing everyone in one turn and much more about who do you leave alive so that you can get the pots, because it's almost a certainty once you're able to get through the near save, or if there isn't a near save, you will be able to successfully clear. The problem is leaving someone alive, which I guess is probably still an existing element to Galeforcing. That was always an issue from Galeforcing was ever a thing. Who do you leave alive? Who do you try to tank so that you can get the pots? Has always been a concern, but I feel like currently it's not too difficult to, with all of the actions that you have, it's not too difficult to get there. I mean, got 2 on Marissa, 2 on Tana, 2 on Thor. How much am I at? 6? 2 more on Crom. That's what? We're up to 8. And then Layla 1, then a dance. That's like 10 actions there on this team alone. And it's only 7 enemies. Almost seems unfair. And I don't have to kill all of them. That's the thing. I can just leave some of them alive and even try to enemy phase some of the melee threats. We're definitely taking care of Ursula though, because she's ranged, and as you can see, I have no saves or anyone that can counterattack from range aside from Layla, and I don't want Layla taking an AoE hit, so Ursula has got to go. We're flashing, or we're gonna inflict Ira with undefended, since she is the most likely unit to survive, I want to say, or to cause the most problems with her bulk. I think we should be able to get through, or we will be able to get through Felix with at least 1 or 2 combats from Tana. The only issue is that Tana is debuffed here. I haven't gotten enough trait fruits to update Tana's speed as the to give her a speed asset. It's currently res, I think. I want to change that. She really would rather they have speed. Oh, yo, I was playing some in preparation for SD. I was playing some matches, and I came across a maxed investment Tana, plus 10. She has haste, slice, excel. I think it was what was the C skill? Was it momentum? No, it wasn't momentum. What am I saying? Momentum is a C skill. I think it was
your orders?
Tempest for extra movement, and I was using Neathhogger, the blue one, or was it the red one? No, red Neathhogger. I was using red Neathhogger as a front liner, as a just to wall off the enemy from attacking. My god, Tana just came in and smacked me in the face and destroyed my Neathhogger with 2 hits. Haste Slice is actually phenomenal when combined with a unit like Tana and Thor. They both use it really well. Even though Thor is really more of a Pavis kind of gal. So Tana, definitely Haste Slice on Tana is the play. The problem is,
message received.
I don't like her support in terms of roll compression in SD. Really, it's just the warping. So I understand why he went the melee route with her, in terms of making sure that she can survive combats and then offer the warp utility. But I want my flyers, I mentioned this before, I want my flyers to do more than that. I want more Seteth. I want more flyers like Sedith. I want more flyers like Hearthfelger. And ultimately, Tana is, in essence, a combat unit, and then you can maybe warp around her if there's no barricade or something. So I want more Sedith, I want more debuffs, I want more attack buffs, I want plus 10 stats to attack and speed, at the very least, if not everything else. But yeah, I was so shocked that Tana took out Neathauger. It's what made me realize that we're currently in a stage of the game where the snakes are actually in decline in terms of their overall bulk, or not even it's not their bulk, it's their survivability. There's just more things in the game now that can actually take them out, and it's becoming that way ever since the genealogy banner with Bridget. There was an Edane that actually smacked me, granted she needed to quad, but she destroyed Neathauger, and I was just utterly shocked. I could not believe that Edane could do that to Neathauger. So yeah, we're just gradually getting the curve is currently straightening itself out in terms of where the snakes are and where the nukes are, and the nukes, both melee and range, are catching up in terms of power to be able to take out the snakes. I want to say from the latest banner, I mentioned Nell is capable of taking out both of the snakes, which is impressive for a rearmed unit. I think she's the best rearmed unit that we've gotten so far in terms of combat. Like, I'm thinking back at all of the other rearms, and none of them really stand out. None of them really lasted more than a day in terms of I want to say maybe Lucina. Rearm Lucina had some staying power just because of the support and the treachery buff, but Nell herself is actually a phenomenal frontliner, a phenomenal combat unit. You can probably drop the barricade because really Pass is going to be everywhere in the next couple of months, so you might as well just get rid of the barricade and give her some extra speed, give the girl some extra speed, no follow. Well, he doesn't need the no follow. Probably just drive speed. Drive speed is all she needs, and yeah, she's very tough to outspeed, and she does a ton of damage. You could probably run Brutal Tempest on her. I think that would actually be clutch on the new Nell, giving her some mobility, as well as Kanto. I'm coming around on Brutal Tempest. It's really good on specific units, but it's only on IRA. Well, you know, AHR, so let's get some IRAs and pass it around. That should be a fun time. Brutal Tempest for everyone. I don't, like, I really wonder if IS plan these, well, of course they do. They plan everything out. It's just becoming so obvious that they, like, especially with Hearthfelger, and being a mythic, and a light mythic at that, and Rhea coming basically in light season to have her introduction. And really the main way to kind of counter what Rhea does is either to have feud or null miracle, and that's exactly what Mythic Hearthfelger provides. And it's kind of just come full circle now that her value has gone up as a mythic, whereas before you had, like, you know, Lumere and stuff kind of somewhere ahead or around there where Hearthfelger was in terms of support. But Hearthfelger definitely back on top, I want to say, just a clear standout. More than Ashe, even, who just got her refined. Hearthfelger definitely is up there, just because of who is meta right now and what that unit is capable of doing and how Hearthfelger can counter that. Ashe, speaking of Ashe, I don't intend to use her, even though she just got a pretty decent refine. It's too difficult to merge her up now. Well, not difficult, I just don't want to. She doesn't give enough stats, and her B skill, her C skill is locked. Personally, I would have loved to add more speed onto her. I would love to give her like a drive, but that is where the actual support stats are coming from, if I'm not mistaken. Well, no, that's where the warping is coming from. So I'm just not very high of infantry units that have their perf skill in their C. It's a terrible place to put the perf skill because it's not future-proof. There's always going to be something that will compete with that C skill, and you need...
Close your eyes.
The only thing that we don't have in the game so far is a B skill that gives speed support that is not a debuff. So kind of like a drive in the B skill. And the A skill. There's another place that you could put some speed support. If we get like, I don't know, if brazen speed, brazen attack speed was a drive somehow in the future, that's gonna be insane. That's like +7 speed, an additional +7. Ooh, that's spicy.
Let's enjoy this.
That's where my head is at right now, and just having the C slot locked
I'll watch from
to
here.
your preferential skill, that means I can't get additional speed out of you, because that would be what, another 3 in the seal and another 4, so that's 7 plus the 5, that's 9. 9 speed is
Festival, huh?
way more than 5. 5 is exactly how much you need to make a double,
Stay
but
alert.
it's not enough if you're getting debuffs sometimes, or with others, rains or anything else is taking effect. So you really want to get as much out of your support unit as possible, which is why I just don't see myself building on Ash, even though she does give speed buffs. Looking for another flyer or something, man. That's kind of why I had my eye on Tiki, Harmonic Tiki. I feel like there's something there. I just don't want to be the one to invest into her, because I don't think I'll ever see that fodder again if I do it. But yeah, this new banner, very good. Nell is very good. Yonaka is very good. Raphael, I think he's also very good.
Close your eyes.
B skill. But I think he's very good. I think he's like very counter calves.
Message received.
You need that in the game. I was quite surprised that he had a cav effective weapon as an armor unit. I still think it's quite good. It's just, how do you implement that on a defense? Is he going to be saved, or what is his role really? Combat, dragon, armor? I don't like that. I don't like that. But I think it's good. Maybe if you could pass it off to some other skills in the future, like if other dragon units get that effect, that would probably be cool as well. But yeah, man, we kicked the butt here of our rematched opponent. Finally got a win. Let's get out of here. GG's.